Hello, my loves. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to this video for how to find your birth time. So we are going to be using a sacred tool called the pendulum to dowse for our birth time. If you're not familiar with the pendulum, it's an amazing, useful tool. I'm going to be producing more and more content, learning how to use the pendulum, talking about the pendulum, coming up with different activities to do with it. But basically, essentially, it is a divination tool. So if you don't have a pendulum, I do recommend going out and purchasing one. It's very useful to have on hand. They're anywhere between $10 to $30 at your local gemstone store. You can also just make one at home. You can make it out of string and a pen cap. You can also use a rosary and or a necklace. So once you have your pendulum, you want to be sure to hold it with these three fingers. So the thumb has a neutral charge. The index finger has a positive charge, and the middle finger has a negative charge. So when you hold all three of these fingers together, they cancel each other out and create a neutral charge as you're holding your pendulum. So when you get your pendulum, you want to make sure that it's working properly with you. So this is something that I do in the store before I even purchase the pendulum, and this is something that you'll want to do with your homemade pendulum as well. So holding it with your three fingers, you want to ask the pendulum to show you a yes. So you just say those words. You can say them in your head too, that also works. And you see the pendulum's nodding, like nodding the head. You can also ask the pendulum to show me a no, and it's shaking its head. Ask the pendulum also to show me a maybe. Now it's going in a circle. So I know the pendulum's ready for me to use. Now, before I use the pendulum, I do like to set an intention with it. I like to say that the information that is provided in this dowsing be aligned with my highest good and the highest good of all through unconditional love. But that's not necessary for you to do if you don't feel comfortable with that. So now we're ready to dowse for our birth time. So we're going to ask the pendulum, was I born before noon? You're going to wait so that you get a clear answer. My answer is no. Was I born after noon? My answer is yes. Now you're going to ask for every hour on the hour within the before noon or afternoon time frame, whichever one the pendulum indicated. So was I born between 12 and 1, 1 and 2, 2 and 3, and so on. Once you get the hour that you were born, so one of them will say yes, all the rest of them will say no. Once you get the hour you were born, you'll ask about the half hour. So was I born before the half hour or after the half hour? Get a yes or a no. Or you'll get your answer for that. Then you'll ask, was I born before the 15 minutes or after the 15 minutes? You'll get that answer. And then you'll ask for every 5 minutes. Was I born in this 5-minute period, this 5-minute period, or this 5-minute period? There'll be 3 of those to ask. And then you'll ask for each of those 5 minutes between the 5-minute period that you asked for. Once you've done all of that, you have narrowed it down to only one time that it could be, and that is your birth time. You can go ahead now and utilize this information moving forward. So if you're somebody who is wanting to move forward with me and find out your planetary signs, you can go ahead and watch that video now. And if you're subscribed to my planetary readings every month, I look forward to seeing you in the readings. As always, namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors the universal light within you. Namaste.